Hey there folks, welcome to this video, and here I'm going to be talking about the news that the Canadian Grand Prix, which was set to be the season opener for the F1 Championship, has now been officially postponed. Now, this doesn't really come as so much of a surprise. What it means now is the de facto season opener is the French Grand Prix of Paul Ricard. Whether or not that's likely is for another debate, which I might explore later in the video, but firstly, I will point you to some links in the description down below. So there was one where I was talking about a potential calendar change for this season. And I'll also put in the description below Chain Bear's video about how F1 could condense its calendar down. And of course there are other options, like they could easily expand the calendar into running into the first couple of months of 2021, especially with such things as a regulation freeze. They could easily do a super season, but at the same time they could also mess around with the format, have like 2-day race weekends instead of 3-day race weekends. But what's going to happen to F1? Don't really know. There could easily be ways in which, say, Canada gets slotted into a revised calendar with other North American races, or just the Americas generally. So you'd have the US Grand Prix, Mexico and Brazil all lumped in with Canada. That would make logistical sense and potentially financial sense as well. At the same time, you can also have these things about doubling up. So when you're looking to pad out the calendar and get it to 15 to 18 races, if certain countries can't host events, you can always go to other circuits. There's been a debate recently about Silverstone being able to be used, and apparently it could be feasible that they revive the old layout, the pre-2010 layout. Of course, with the change coming in for 2011 that moved the start line around Club. But we could always have the old pit lanes opened up. At the same time, they have, apart from being a April Fool's, there have been people suggesting, what about in reverse? That could, again, also easily be the case. Though, if you're looking at multiple different layouts, Paul Ricard's probably actually the one that comes to mind right away. That would be one that would be quite good to have, to change around with all the different layouts. You could have just a very long back straight instead of having the chicane, or you could mess around with the chicanes a little bit more. At the same time, it's not exactly hard to get some racetracks back up to scratch for F1 races. So I'm thinking, well, German Grand Prix, you could have Hockenheim, you could have the Nürburgring. And in addition to that, not only could you have either of those, you could also have both of those, with one serving as, say, the European Grand Prix as it used to, or Luxembourg, as I believe the Nürburgring did at one point. We don't really know what's going to happen for Formula 1. There is every chance that the season could get written off altogether, either combined into a 2020-2021 super season, or just no racing at all this year, which would be a shame. You'd hope that everyone's contracts would still be valid to 21, especially with so many people out of contract. It would be a disappointing way for some drivers to end their careers if they weren't given a new seat. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. In the meantime, I think that we need to keep in mind that we need to stay safe, stay indoors, wash our hands, and look out for each other. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.